Hey, what's up, everybody? I have a bit of a cold, or I'm getting over a cold, so I might be a bit groggy and stuff. So I'm working on this drawing. I've been working on an album, another music album. And so I'm doing like one of those visualizers that I usually do on my channel for like a more substantial release of music. Sometimes I just put out singles or stuff, or like mini EPs, but This album I'm working on now, I'm spending a lot of time and energy and money on getting recorded properly, so. Hey, what's up, Slick Nick? Hey, Jack. What's up, everybody? Hope you're having a good holidays. Fuck. I wish I could turn that off. Hitting a button there. So I'm kind of just like coloring this in by hand. Like I could use the paint bucket tool, but I kind of like it looking like it was hand drawn. Like there's a little bit of some blank spots where I'm missing. It just kind of makes it look a little bit more interesting, I guess. Especially when I draw around the curvature of like the object, you know, like a little more handmade, I guess. Yeah, so Safe Mode Episode 7 is also being worked on. It's taken a while, you know. I'm not rushing, I'm pushing myself like crazy like I used to. I'm just working on it when I can. And I got someone part-time working on it with me, so something's always being done. Just animation is a bitch, and it takes fucking forever. And you know, for my own mental health and stuff, I just decided I'm not going to kill myself like animating crazy like hours like I used to for interface and that sort of thing. I just can't do it anymore. So you know, I'm looking for alternatives basically. You know, I'm trying to get some more like a studio backing or something, so I can make something more substantial in a less, I mean, more efficient and less like manual way, because it's really just ridiculous animating a fucking movie by yourself. Like, I don't want to be like 40 when I finish safe mode, but I mean, like, honestly, that's probably what's going to happen. So, so I'm doing both, a little bit of everything. You know, I'm just making music, I'm working on safe mode, and my standards for quality have risen substantially over the years. So it's kind of like, it's kind of tricky maintaining that tight timeline schedule I used to, because the episodes take longer because they just look nicer and stuff. Sound mixing is better now too. I mean, using like all live instruments now and live drums and stuff and whatever. It's just I'm just trying to make like the best quality stuff you can make, basically. So yeah, unfortunately, Vanilla Waffle, it won't be out for Christmas. So I mean, it's like, I don't know, like halfway done. And I got a cold, so like I can't even like work properly right now. I'm just basically coloring in something I drew the other day on the iPad. This is basically going to be an ad. It's going to be like when the Corona Wave vinyl came out. I had like a, you know, a visualizer. That's basically what I'm doing. I'm working on this music album, and I think I want to have it pressed onto vinyl this time. Again. So I'm going to probably do pre-orders, and probably, I don't know how many I'll make, but maybe like 300 or something. I made too many of the Corona Wave vinyls. I still have like a lot left. I mean, I sold most of them, but I still have a lot of them. So I think the problem with the Corona Wave vinyls is I went a little bit overboard with the packaging design. I got like, it was like embossed, and had this like special treatment on top, and the final records, they end up costing me like $18 Canadian each, which is pretty high for like a vinyl record in terms of like base costs. And I don't think that didn't include like the sticker that I usually include now, or the packaging, which I put all my vinyls in like high quality Midi mailers, so the edges don't get dinged and that sort of thing. And that costs like $2 each, basically. So basically my base cost is like $20 Canadian. So, and I'm listing them for like $25, so I only make $5 off of a record sale. You know, the record sales, they don't actually make that much money, you know. Like, I'm not making a record to make money, because the amount of work involved, and after you factor that in and stuff, like, it's just, you basically sort of break even, and the margins are like 15-20%, but if you're good at it, right? I just want to make something cool again, you know what I mean? I like making physical things that people can buy, you know, and I don't think there's enough like orchestral psychedelic electronic music out there. So I'm like, I gotta make this shit because I can't even find it. You know what I mean? Like, and all the music I make is like, I make the music that I want to listen to that like I can't seem to find. That's kind of the way I look at producing music. Watching from Kenya. Oh, that's crazy, man. How you doing? An egg in these trying times. What's up, man? And I always love your name. Now, Common Core. I'm working on a game written in assembly. Not the first one in assembly, but first. My dude, why? Okay, I mean, you know about this more than I do, but like, why did you decide to program in assembly? Because from what I understand, that's like basically one step above binary or something. And with these days, you know, I got all these layers of different languages on top of each other. Maybe less efficient to program in assembly, to not do it in assembly, but I think most modern computers can handle most things anyway. Oh, okay, so it's for Commodore 64. Well, I guess that would make sense after I read your name. So is there like an indie market for games being released on Commodore 64? I might have to go blow my nose later. Jackson, thank you for the comment there. Ooh. Go away. My girlfriend loved the Tyson video about the mirror kissing. Right on, man. Thank you for that. I think that video's that's like a good video to like introduce people to Umami, like the YouTube channel too, because I think it's got like broad humor appeal. You know what I mean? If you like just showed someone like the Sonic the Hedgehog video or something like that, they'd probably be weirded out. Maybe you gotta like ease them in. Sovengard, love your content. Just got interface on VHS. Can't wait for it to arrive. Sadly, I don't have a VHS player. Feels impossible to find one near me. Yeah, man. I don't know if you guys, if you have like a like we have a store here called Renaissance, and it's basically just like a thrift store. And there's usually, I mean, it's becoming more rare nowadays, but there's usually a couple VCRs. I don't know if they don't always work though. Sometimes I buy one, like I had to buy like several of them, and they don't always work because, you know, people don't really test these things. But you can usually get them for like $10. And but it's true though, they're mostly Blu-ray players nowadays, or DVD players. They're finding a VCR in 10 years is going to be pretty hard, I think, especially because well, because of like me, like not just me releasing interface on VHS, but like it's kind of like a thing. I don't know, people have been doing it more recently. I don't know if anyone's gonna it's gonna be popular enough where someone's making modern VCRs, but it could be, you know what I mean? You know how like Audio-Technica is making modern vinyl record players because the market has returned. I mean, the market has never really disappeared for records, but they definitely came back with a vengeance in the past 10 years. I mean, it's cool to have your files in digital format. People just love to have like a physical version of something. It's like a piece of art almost, you know? And that's why I'm spending so much money on the packaging design and like, you know, making them like on cool colored records or whatever, or like, you know, with a pattern. A plastic show. Can I ask, what's the thought process that goes into making music for your work? And does it come before the animation process, or does... so pretty much I usually make the music before the animations, because I'm always making music. Like, I love making music, and, you know, I enjoy the animation process, but I wouldn't say it's like the thing that I just need to do every day, because it's very tedious, you know, and I actually like playing music just the way I am. So I guess there's no real thought process behind it, you know. I just kind of make music how I like. I can't really like someone were to ask me to make a genre of music like a jazz album or something like that, I wouldn't be able to do it. I can only make the music that I make. It's just like I don't want to like emulate some other style or something, you know. Oops, I realized coloring this in, dude, I don't know what's up with this thing, but it always like switches to be on, and I feel like that switch, it's like a toggle. I don't know if it's like oh, whatever. Okay. Let's see. See here. I gotta redraw that because my brush was too big and I want a little bit of imperfection. Sophia, I just want to say you become an inspiration to me as an artist, and I'm trying to make art that feels like myself again. Thank you for making art. Hey Sophia, appreciate that very much. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, like, it's like, you know, when you start out as an artist, a lot of times you're trying to replicate a different artist, or you're drawing things that inspire you, and then eventually you'll fall into your own ways and you'll just want to kind of make things however you feel like making them. And I feel like that's when an artist really becomes self-actualized, is when they just start producing things based off of their own preferences 100% and not necessarily because of any other external factors such as sales or whatever, you know, or commissions, you know. That's the thing. I don't do commissions really. You know, the very few times I do them is because I need like money. So I do a few commissions. I worked on a commission for like this video game company, and it's been taking them forever to approve stuff, but hopefully it comes out like in a month or so. It's like a 7-minute video. Comicore, what is the image resolution of interface? It's 640 by 480, which is I don't know what that is. It's like standard definition. Standard definition is technically 720 by 480 pixels with a 0.9 aspect ratio. But that's messy, like when it comes to digital art, like having an aspect ratio, like a pixel aspect ratio. So I just made it 640 by 480, which is what 720 by 480 would look like if you applied a 0.9 aspect ratio to it. And I chose that number because there was, you know, it was always kind of like if I wanted to have it put on VHS tape, I wanted it to be the same resolution as VHS tapes. which is, it's basically that. Lucky Naya, did you lose some weight? I don't know if I lost any weight. I mean, I think I always kind of consistently weigh 160 pounds. And I can't seem to gain weight, and I can't seem to lose it either. So I've been going to the gym more often, though. Trying to go twice a week. I used to go once a week, but I've been trying to go more often. Just, you know, I need to move my body more. Stretch my legs and stuff. Hey, Del Wolf, thank you for that. Appreciate it. Hello, I, or with 3 eyes. Yeah, man, you got to find a VCR and just kind of like hold on to that, because that ship's gonna. It's probably gonna like increase in value in 10 years. You know what I mean? Maybe. It's like all those old, all those like analog tape players and stuff. They increased in value over the past 5 years because of people getting back into like analog tape. But if you were to have bought them like 15 years ago, it would be like way cheaper. Same thing with film photography too, actually. I mean, I used to be into like film photography a lot more, maybe 10, 12 years ago. But then, like, you know, I bought some cameras and stuff. But I know that some of the cameras I bought, they like either held the same price or they've gone up in price, because these old manual film cameras are in high demand these days. But I think it's going to start swinging back again, you know. People are getting into like early digital cameras, you know what I mean? Like people wanting that like 2001 like camera look, which I find a bit strange, you know, trying to emulate early digital, because in my opinion it doesn't have like a good aesthetic, like it doesn't look good. And same thing for music. I saw someone released a pedal that emulates the sound of MP3 compression, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, I actually kind of hate that sound. It sounds like high frequency slush. And you know, you try to listen to music back in the day, like 2006, whatever, everything's compressed to like up to its tits, so you can't really hear the music properly because it just sounds like a slurry going on in the background. Peep Knox, hello. Uzumaki. You probably won't see this, but I drew a homage to you. And Mischief, do you have a public email? Yeah, man, you can email me at info@hicksystem.com, or you can post it on Twitter and tag my Twitter handle, which is Umami spaced out with underscores. Have you seen Cruelty Squad? I have seen it. I have not played it though. I've seen some videos. Yeah, it looks cool. Did you go to school for art? Yes, I did. I went to NASCAD University in Halifax, which is a small art school in Canada. But, you know, I didn't study animation there, and I didn't study... Well, I got introduced to, you know, Logic through art school, which is the program I used to make my music, and sound mixing and all that. I learned a lot about filmmaking and storytelling. So definitely learned a lot going to art school, you know. I think it depends on a lot of factors, but I don't necessarily think it's necessary to go to art school to become an artist. Obviously, you don't have to, just like anything. But I didn't really know what I wanted to do after high school, and you know, it took until I was 27 to even really start animating, you know. So that's I wasn't sure what I wanted to do for that long, you know. So now I'm doing this. Margie, I am the creator of interface, yes. The main creator, yeah. I mean, I've Carolina, she's my wife now, by the way, and she has animated some shots and she helped me with the story and that sort of thing. Get a tape rewinder too and save stress on a VCR. Head cleaning kit won't hear it either. Yeah. Some skate videos are done with retro feel. Yeah, so I have a high 8 camera that I used to film with my friends when I was a kid. And I brought it here. And I understand like wanting to have a cool different look for your video and stuff, you know, but it's not digital though. Like digital, I feel like if you just got like an early digital camera, it would just look blurry and kind of shitty. A high 8 camera is blurry, and it's analog video though still, so it kind of has this cool like aesthetic to it. I shouldn't really be drawing that color down here, I don't think. I have a coffee table book of photos of galaxies from the pre-digital era. Those older astronomy photos on film have a certain beauty. Yeah, totally. Because even though they may not be as high resolution as the modern day equivalent, it's got like this organic texture to the parts where it becomes less resolution, you know. See ya, Comicore. Kyle Cumberton. Yeah, there is, you know, there is that kind of look to, you know, to early film cameras too, though. I guess it's true. I mean, they do kind of have that cool look. I like how they naturally clip off the highlights. Like obviously back in the day, like when you would have a camera, that's like the last thing you wanted. You're like trying to emulate film with these things, but if you just like use a camera with the aesthetic that it was like, that's the aesthetic that it has, like with thinking about that in mind, you can make some pretty cool stuff, I think. Like if you're using this old CCD camcorder or whatever, and you know the way the highlights are going to handle, and you can plan for it, then it almost like it almost like makes, well, it makes everything better when you think about things that way, you know. Let me just try something here. Yeah, see how there's like the red kind of showing through? That's kind of what I was going for. Benjamin, I thought next time you streamed, I'd mention the one where the dude keeps saying we're going to be together at the bar. It's super good. All right, man. Thank you. I mean, the whole lot. Here's the thing. I haven't, like, I know why he says that shit. I don't explain it in the series. He's a ghost, right? So he wants dead people so that he can like have ghost friends. Basically, that's what it is. And so but he's also like, mystical in the sense that he kind of knows that like dead people are going to arrive. So that's why he's like showing up to the bar, because he knows it's going to be a shootout. And he's like, I'm going to make all these friends and stuff, right? And but the thing is, he's just like a weird character anyway, so he just like goes up to this girl and starts saying it. And I don't know why. It's just a weird sense of humor, I guess. It's funny. He goes up to her and starts saying it. She just like calls him out for being like basically schizophrenic or whatever. It's just like, stop being fucking weird. How big is the Umami team? Solo? Well, it's... I draw things, you know. I have a part-time employee, Allie Brown, which you can find her work on Instagram and stuff. And she basically does a lot of stuff now. Like, I just give her shots. She draws a lot of stuff because I can't do the animation all by myself anymore. Like, it's too much mentally taxing, you know. I'm not going to be one of those... I don't want to look back on my life and realize I spent 90% of my time on the computer, so... I mean, I still do, but at least it's not doing the same one thing, you know? I'm like making music or... But the team, if you look in the credits of Interface, there's quite a lot of different names in there, so they're all credited for their certain roles that people contributed. You know, all the musicians that we hire and stuff, that obviously, you know... So the team isn't like a full-time team, but there's always, I don't know, maybe 20 people working on something at the, you know, a big project, I guess. You know, recording engineers or whatever, or people that play instruments, or sometimes even just someone just masters the audio file. What's your favorite plugin for music? OTT is a good one. That's free. And yeah, I guess that's my favorite one. It's actually pretty amazing. I don't always use it. You got to be careful how to use it too. But it basically, it's kind of like helpful to put on your master bus, stereo out before you master. It just kind of like clarifies the audio a little bit if it's sounding a little muddy, and sometimes you don't even realize that your music sounds muddy when you're mixing it until you like put this on and you realize, yeah, actually it needs a bit of a... It just kind of makes things a little bit more cohesive. An egg, who did you get to help with the 3D rendering in episode 21 and 20? I don't know exactly, man, because they're all in the credits now. You'd have to go back and check, but I did all the rendering, but I bought like 3D models and I bought 3D animations and stuff, and sometimes they have like the credits of who made them in there. And so even though I paid for them and stuff, I'm still gonna like credit the person who made it, you know what I mean? Like and there was a few fans who actually made some 3D models that was in Interface, so I credited them too. Like the Olympic Stadium, I didn't do that. And some other stuff, I forget. The baby blimp, yeah, for sure. The baby blimp. Tomorrow, that question is answered in more detail in my FAQ, which is in the description, but I use Photoshop and After Effects and Cinema 4D. The Slicknick, the ghost scene was super fire, yeah. I don't know, it's just one of those things, like, I know it has like no context to like the rest of the series, but that's one of the things that I'm doing differently with safe mode than I am doing with Interface. Interface, it almost felt like every scene had an extreme like reason to be there, like a purpose. But safe mode is just kind of more like, I don't actually care if there's like a random segue conversation or a random, like just a random character that only appears once for like a few seconds or something like that. Like I just don't care, because I'm not trying to recreate interface again, which was like this sort of self-contained epic thing that I wanted to work on. I'm doing something a little bit different, which is more like a slice of life kind of shit that gets mixed in with the main story. Another thing I'm doing differently with safe mode than interface is the timeline doesn't jump around, so it's gonna be a little bit less confusing for some people, and it's like a linear story, you know. Hi, Mimesis. You should do an animation out of individual oil paintings. Yeah, I mean, I did a little bit of that in the, you know, up at episode 23 of Interface. It was kind of like stepping into paintings, you know. It'd be cool to do something like that again, I guess. I'd probably save it for like safe mode or interface though. Well, not interface anymore. Keith Summit. I just consider myself an artist now. Like, it's kind of a vague term. You know, I just work on a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Yeah, Pink Snick. He's back. It's popping up. Nick J. Yeah, that's the idea, you know? It just makes it a little feel a bit more... I don't know what it is. The programs I use is Photoshop, After Effects, and Cinema 4D. You know, I know you guys are well-intentioned, but I really wish I wish people would stop asking me what programs I use, because it really doesn't matter what programs you use. You know, it's like people see my artwork on TikTok and stuff, and they think, oh, I just need that program so I can draw just like that. And it's like, that's not really how it works. Like, you could draw this in any program. It's just the program. This is the software that I choose. I mean, I have my own method down, I guess, but I always wonder what inspired you to create Mischief. I don't know, man. I wish I could answer that question myself, you know. I don't know why there's like a weird dude that looks like a clown in my sketchbook from 12 years ago. And then for one day I just decided to draw him, and then it just kind of became my whole thing, you know? When I was a kid, I used to draw little cartoon characters all the time. There was this one character that was kind of like, I don't know, it was kind of felt similar. I don't know. I don't really try to think about it too much, you know? If I feel like I think about something too much, it's just going to come across as contrived, you know, like I'm trying really hard to make a message. I don't really have a favorite mischief transformation. No, I don't really have a preference, I guess. Thank you, Slick Nick. What's your favorite horror movie, Umami? My favorite horror movie isn't a horror movie, but it's the one that freaked me out the most. It's called The Last King of Scotland. Because I think with that movie, the horror comes at you hard and fast, and you're not expecting it. And it's kind of fucked. And I don't find most horror movies to be really that scary, to be quite honest. I find them a bit cheesy most of the time. But, you know, I did like Carrie, though. I watched the original Carrie for the first time ever. I don't know why it took me so long. I love that movie, actually. Brian De Palma, he's a good director. He knows how to show things and not tell things, you know. And he's got a style. I like that about film directors, when they have a style. Some directors think that the style gets in the way of the story, and I think that's fucking stupid. Umami, have you seen Big Top Burger? Yes, I have seen it. And it's okay. I don't really understand the story. I guess it's just like for fun, basically. I don't see any grand message being told, though, which kind of bothers me about it. Did you see The Descent? Yes, I did see The Descent. That's the one where they go into like a Mayan temple or something. Yeah, that was pretty good. That was good horror. Oh, and Saprisia, I think it's called. That's another good horror movie. Oh, and you know what? There's another good horror movie called The Wailing. I don't know if it's horror, but it's sort of horror, I guess. That's a South Korean film. Just want to say I tried pierogies because of interface, and I had to say they're delicious. Thank you. How did you do them, man? Did you like boil them? Because what I do is you gotta boil them, and once they rise to the top, they're basically ready, and then you can just pat them dry, and then I fry them in butter on a frying pan, so they get like crispy on the outside. And then once you cut up some green onions and some bacon, cooked bacon, like little pieces, or onions, fried some onions, put it on top with some sour cream. Oh. Ray Hill. Discovered your channel like a month ago and watched Interface, listened to all your albums, and looking forward to more safe mode. Hey man, appreciate that, dude. Yeah, right on. I love that, hearing about someone just, you know, discovering my work and just going into everything, man. It's cool. I love it. Thank you. Okay, what color should this fireplace be? I don't know. You know, sometimes it's better to not have too many different colors. So I might just do a dark green. Siema. It was not on purpose. I don't know. I don't really. I don't know. There's no. I don't really think about why I decide to create the things I do. So I don't know exactly what the purpose. Why they feel like kind of unsettling liminal space. But I think it's actually just more commentary on how content is being consumed these days, because you know, with TikTok and everything is supposed to be so tight and organically like designed in a way so that an algorithm does so, you know, like Mr. Beast shit, it's all optimized. And you know, holding on a shot of like cattails for 40 seconds is probably not like algorithmically beneficial for my channel, you know. It definitely isn't, but we've just slowly been moving into this hyper-paced reality where a lot of even modern movies, they don't go more than 10 seconds without holding on a shot, you know. You can't really get involved in some of the characters and the themes and stories that these movies are trying to tell you if you're just constantly being shown a barrage of slideshows, because I really think that you have to think about what you're watching rather than just being shown in order for it to have like any sort of impact on you. I'm not going to put that color there because it's distracting. It's like very... might just make it black. Oops. Yeah. What's my favorite food? You know, there's not much food that is like my favorite, but like something I really enjoy is Indian food when it's cooked properly. That's probably one of my favorites. Just making like regular spiced butter chicken or something like that is just delicious. The bacon part, it's not like necessary, but it's it does make it much better. Hey Grace, Merry Christmas. Okay, let's see here. I put this back here. I might change these colors later, but right now I just chose this palette. It's not safe. I'm sorry, Caldor. This is not for safe mode. It's something else. Yeah, you know, I actually had to take a break though from Mischief's character because I was feeling like if I kept including him in episodes of stuff, I would kind of, I don't know, like I didn't want to like Flanderize him, you know what I mean? And so I just be very careful with him. So when I do use him now, it's for something Well, I mean, I guess I don't know. He will probably be back. I'm gonna make a turkey this weekend. It's just a butterball chicken turkey. Not like, I think it's pretty easy to do. Aquanda, happy birthday. Happy belated birthday. Yes, I don't know if you guys watch Survivor, but I watched Survivor, and I guess it's spoilers, so... Well, I'm not really going to tell who wins. I was kind of rooting for the... I forget his name. The guy that like kept losing every challenge. Hey, appreciate that, Keldor. Thank you. The administrator from safe mode is strangely unsettling in a way it's hard to explain. Yeah, he's a weird guy. I don't know. I've been working with that voice actor since episode like 3 of Interface. Oh my god. My throat's dry as fuck. Like, I don't know why today. Not dry, it's like not scratchy or anything, it's just... It's the winter time, I guess, as air gets all dry. Pino, thank you. I loved Boston Rob, yeah. I don't know if I have like a favorite from that show, to be quite honest. It's been a year. I forget their names, man. I definitely have like people I was like super rooting for in the past, but I know that you voice Mischief, and ultimately he's just a character, but do you ever feel any personal attunement to him? Like he's... Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I sort of like feel like Mischief is kind of like some part of my psyche that I don't always tap into, but he's there, you know what I mean? He's the character that I identify with the most. You know, it's true for all my characters, though. You know, there's a little bit of Chimney Alfonso in me, and a little bit of Henrik and that sort of thing. But I think it's mostly with Mischief, I think. That's probably why I made him my main character, you know? My main thing. What is your stance on using AI to make voice, art, etc.? Well, I used AI voice to do the Neil deGrasse Tyson videos. So I just wanted to try it, you know. I really don't care about the ethics, you know, of doing it. I think any artist that like cares about the ethics of doing something is not actually an artist. Oh, fuck, sorry. With the exception of doing something illegal, obviously. Oh. Yeah, sorry about that. I'm coming off of like a cold. I don't think, you know, I think it's kind of fucked up that, like, probably the career of being a voice artist is gonna be a lot harder, you know. I don't know what to say, man. This is just what's gonna happen, you know. This is the reality of technology. Things are gonna change, and unless you're planning on forming a union or something and making, you know, getting mad about other people using these technologies isn't really going to do you any favors, you know. That's my opinion about it, based on what I see on like Twitter and shit, you know. Artists ganging up on other artists because they use some new technology. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. I'm currently wearing my Umami hoodie and violently coughing as well. Yeah. What do you think of SpongeBob first 3 seasons specifically, and why do you love them? It's been like, dude, it's been a long time since I've actually seen like an episode of SpongeBob, but they were a really great show. It was a great show. And I think my favorite character is Patrick. Hey, Darby Walker. Yeah, there's a bunch of other Umami sites with your merch on them. I don't know if you... Yeah, so I basically have two. The Umami Teespring store and umamimerch.com. And then there's also Bandcamp, which my music is on, but... And I used to have a Redbubble account, but I deleted that because it's a ripoff. They're not very good quality products anyway, so... You know, I played around with the AI stuff, and sometimes it's helpful to, you know, do certain things. Sometimes I'm just trying to like look for an answer that's on Google, and Google's giving me a hard time. The thing is, you can't trust AI. Like, it will give you an answer, and you're like, okay, but now I have to go fact check it because, like, sometimes it makes shit up. Like, I played around with it enough to know that it just makes stuff up. Especially if you ask for like a quote. If you ask the AI to like give me a real quote from like this person, right, about this topic, and it just makes stuff up. It just lies. So okay, I don't know what color the window should be. Let me just do a quick test here. It does kind of pop with the white, doesn't it? But I don't know about that. Probably the cream color, I think. Amy, for real. Yeah, man, I've been going through some shit, so I'm like back to normal now, basically. I don't usually buy creators' products, but I feel like I can make an exception. I appreciate that, man. And listen, dude, like, if there's anything wrong with your merch, like, if someone order something and like the print washes off or whatever, just like send me a message and I'll send you a new one, you know? Or if there's like if there's a problem with your VHS tape or whatever, send me a message and I'll send you a new one. I don't, there's no point. I just send it out. Hey, Aquanaut, thank you for that. Appreciate that. Been going to I went to a figure drawing thing in Montreal where you're just sketching a person. It was kind of fun. I'm gonna do it again. Oh, fuck. I don't want to wrap it up, but I might have to wrap this up soon because I'm just like getting pretty coffee. I haven't. It's Such a Beautiful Day. Is that a movie? I haven't seen that. No. Sean Godsey, I'm working on that actually. Yeah. I mean, it's just early days with that stuff, but you know, I'm trying to get something like that. But the thing, honestly, like I'm not. My goal, I don't really want to be an animator, you know? I want to do something creative, you know? I feel like I could use my channel to kind of work my way into some creative capacity at some, but I'm not like, I don't want to be like the next, like a big animator, you know what I mean? Like, I actually like live action film and stuff. And I don't, like I could make interface, I feel like we could make interface as like a CGI movie, you know what I mean? With real actors. I think that would be cool. I don't see a point in like reanimating it because it already exists. It's an animation exists, and it's probably truer to anything that I would have made than if I was using a big team. So, yeah, I'm almost better. I was fine yesterday. I was just weird, like kind of codes and waves or something, you know. Yellow tea, thank you, man. Appreciate that. Vivica, yeah. I know. I gotta get some. I tried those NAC pills. I don't know if they actually do anything though. I mean, I don't know. I don't know anything. I take vitamin C and I'm like, oh, it's not doing anything, but maybe it is doing something. I'm just not aware of it. I have thought about doing a video game, but I'm not a game designer, and it doesn't interest me that much, really. To make like multiple choices and stuff, so I don't really have an interest in making a video game. I know a lot of people want me to, but it would be cool to like do creative design, like the creative direction of a video game that I wasn't like fully in charge of though. That might be cool. I gotcha, Vivica. I think I have a bottle of those actually. Have you ever thought about doing DJing gigs? You know, I thought about it, but like, I'd literally just be there and pressing play on a keyboard. And, you know that's what a lot of producers do. Like, isn't that like Deadmau5 does that for a lot of us? When I watch his interviews, and he's like, yeah, that's what people do. They just press record and they pretend to play the music. I don't know if I have the outgoing enough personality or the extroversion or the desire to be like the center of attention on a stage, because that sounds like it would just give me that would just make me stressed out. So I don't know.
You know, it would be cool to organize like shows though, where I have my music performed by actual musicians, and I could just be like the composer of the show or the producer. Because, you know, I'm actually like, I can't really play my own music back, you know? Like I write all the music I make is 100% me, and then the piano too. And it's just like, but I can't actually play it back. I can't play the piano back. Isn't this fucking weird? Like I write music that I'm unskilled to play, basically. So I always find someone who's more talented doing that. Intel XL, I still enjoy animating a little bit. I mean, it's not... It's actually, and I'm lying when I'm saying that. I mean, it's not... I don't really get that much joy out of it. When it comes together, I'm like, it feels satisfying. But I'm not like... You know... Right now, I'm enjoying coloring this in, though. I don't have to think about anything. Just... fill in like a coloring book. Yeah, I think the issue with video games is that you can't tell a story that exists by itself. It has to be referential in some way to the player. Yeah. Well, I mean, there's third-party games out there like Max Payne and stuff. But I don't know if it's necessarily referential to the player, but I don't know. Andre, hello. Hey man, will Smear getting stuck in random syllables like he used to in the first episode? Yeah. So I was gonna have him do it again, just like abruptly when people weren't expecting it, because they're like, "Oh, I forgot." Yeah, I forgot he does that sometimes. But the thing I guess is that he did it more at the beginning because it was like closer to when the corruption of the safe mode started, so he was glitching out. But so far I haven't like been able to place it organically into the story without it seeming really wrong, so but it'll come back. Darby, I really love animation, but I've changed my major to film because it will seem like animation could be better if it was thought of the same way as live action. What do you mean by that? Like in terms of cinematography? Because if I agree, you know, I think a lot of Western animation looks like dog shit, and you know, but there's some animations out there that are quite good, but even I find that like people don't really approach animation like the way they would approach like classic cinematography, really. They have all these rules that are specific to animation, and I guess you could say they're like objectively better decisions to work in this certain style for animation because of X, Y, and Z, and you're trying to tap into these certain emotions and stuff. But I just feel like, why can't animation have the exact same look as something that was filmed, you know, with live actors, but like, you know, more just reserved, and it just happens to be animated, you know what I mean? There's not really a lot of that, really. Animation is too much. You have to get too many people involved. It's really hard to control, like, you know, there's all these like pipelines and things to think about it. I don't know. I just like the spontaneous nature of live filmmaking. You're on set with like people, and it's just, you record it and it's done. Like, Hey, happy you're still around for so long. At least for me, since the Adult Swim shorts. Welcome back. I gotta get some like cough syrup or something. You know what? Hold on. I'm gonna get a throat mint. Ryan Wiley. Interesting, man. See, I wouldn't even know what they would teach in animation school, so I'm kind of like, when I talk about like animation industry and stuff, I'm a little bit talking out of my ass because I don't really work in the professional animation space. But I just base my opinion off of things I hear. Okay, so this is supposed to be me, actually. I've never actually drawn myself in an animation before. Solo A, thank you, appreciate that. Yeah, Fisherman's Friends are pretty good. I don't think I have any though. Eric Coley, ZZ. There was one film I saw at Annecy this year called Art School 1984. And it felt like they approached it in a traditional cinematography sort of way. It's a pretty dry film, though. But I think it was good, though. I liked it. It's a Chinese film. What do you think about Japanese animation? I don't know enough about it to have an opinion on it. All I know is that they're fucking the best. But you know, I think most modern Japanese animation is kind of lame as fuck. I mean, I'm talking about like story-wise, and like why it's all focused on fucking school and shit, you know? Like what happened to the Japanese animation from the 80s and the 90s? Like the subject matter is just completely changed. I don't really have any thoughts on David Lynch. I like his movies. One of my favorite movies is The Straight Story by David Lynch. I like Blue Velvet. I like Lost Highway. I like Mulholland Drive. I don't really like Twin Peaks. Esteban, thank you. Good luck, Darby. And, you know, my advice for you is, well, the one hard lesson I had to learn, I guess it wasn't a hard lesson, but, you know, it's never happened to me, I guess, because I always just made shit, you know, but, if you're finding it hard to find work or whatever, you know, after you graduate, the only way you're going to be able to get work is by just doing it independently. If your heart's really in it, you're going to have to make it yourself. And, you know, the reality is people think they go to film school and stuff and they're suddenly going to be able to find, like, they're handed some creative job, whatever. It's just not the way it's going to work, especially now in the way of YouTube these days. Movie execs are just, they're looking on YouTube for the next thing. Happened to that Kane Pixels guy, apparently. What type of Mac are you using? Intel. I'm using a Mac Studio. It doesn't really overheat. It's got a GPU in it too. The modern Macs are like fucking crazy. So I mean, I don't know. They're way overpriced, but they're also insane, insanely fast. And I prefer Macs, just the software, and I have some programs in Mac. When I first started animating, though, I was on the PC, actually. Like the first couple episodes. I think I drew McDriven on a PC. Actually, probably like the first year of my animation was all done on a PC, I think. Or maybe the second year, too. I would just make the music on the Mac. The Japanese spend like a third of their lives inside schools. Yeah, I get that. I know. But it's like, I don't know. I don't want to go watch a movie about my own life. You know what I mean? I don't know. There's like, where's the, with animation, you can do anything. And if anything, like, you know, so why would you make something about, like, why would you just have current life stuff? You know what I mean? It seems like you're missing out on using the medium to its full potential, but whatever. It doesn't matter, man. I don't think about it too much, you know? I actually don't even watch that much animation, so. Yeah, I know. People think, yeah, man, I'm not. Like, people think I'm, like, super in animation and stuff. I rarely watch animations. Like, I'll probably see The Boy and the Heron when it comes out on streaming. Hey, Theola. No, I never took an animation course. They had one at NASCAR when I was there, but I didn't take it. They probably would have taught me how to like animate in like Macromedia Flash or something. It would have just, or no, that's not true. They it would have been traditional animation at NASCAR. They would have taught me how to do it on like. They would probably teach you how to do it like with film stock, and then like. That, which is an extremely inefficient way of doing it in 2023. I mean, you're not going to be, I mean, honestly, you know, it looks nice, but like, you're not going to be able to make a career. Like, you're not going to, it's going to take you 17 years to make something, and then what, you're going to put it on YouTube? But like, you're not going to be able to put that towards your career if you're being, you know, unless you're making just something purely for yourself, you know, artistically. Hey, Carf. Hey, Gia. Carf, so I use Logic for all my music production stuff. That's why I'm using a Mac. It's basically because of Logic, you know. There. Okay. So I don't know if I like the brown, you know. So I'm just gonna just see if other colors make this look a little cooler. I always thought that Rockstar would reach out to you because, you know, the stuff that they play on GTA's TVs, your stuff would fit perfectly there. Oh, I didn't realize I had no idea there's like animations on those TVs. They wouldn't reach out to me. They got a team of like 1 billion people probably. They're like a $60 billion corporation, aren't they? Take Two. I mean, maybe that'd be cool though in the future. I remember when they reached out to Health, this band called Health, to make the soundtrack for Hitman 3. And it's like the best soundtrack in a video game ever. That was cool. I was like, man, looking forward to playing that game just so I can hear the music. Cybernic Lemon. All the 3D stuff is done in Cinema 4D. Yeah, so the stuff that looks like obviously 3D because it's like the camera's moving around and stuff. I don't know what color I like to make this floor. I mean, the brown looks nice, but I don't know. I think I'll keep it. It looks like classy, I guess, and warm. Oh, look how weird that looks without the line. Kind of cool. In Grand Theft Auto 4, you can watch the TV. Oh, I see, yeah. They have like 2 minute animated cartoons on GTA TV. Ah. Appreciate that, man. You could be picking his teeth with that record, yeah. It's basically a Rorschach test. It's holding up in front of him. Which is going to be the album art. I don't really wear orange shirts, so I don't know. I have orange pants though. Maybe I'll do that. That looks weird. Just Monica, appreciate that, thank you. I think the brightness on my TV is a little too low, but whatever. Hey, Kaylee Fisher, hello. Raphael, hello. Do you hide any Easter eggs in your series? Not really, you know. I don't know. I mean, I don't really like to put stuff in there that's not really related to it. But yeah, I mean, like there's like hex code, like what we call it, hexadecimal code. Like that's a kind of an Easter egg if someone wanted to type it all out and put it in a translator or a converter. Okay. I think this needs just to be simplified. That's something weird was going on here. Oh wait. Nice striker, thank you. Morse code? No, it's not Morse code, it's hexadecimal code. Like if you type in hexadecimal code to ASCII, you'll find some sort of converter on Google. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, that's the best thing about the videos. That nothing happens. People are expecting something weird to happen. He's just eating a sandwich. Which venues do you recommend for live music? I don't go out enough to really have a preference, you know. But the Phi Center, PHI Center, has like a nice, not too big kind of performance space. Feels very intimate. I like going to the OSM in Montreal, which is a symphony orchestra. I'm going next month, and I went this month. Max Slave, I really appreciate the comment, dude. Thank you so much. My 3 and 1 year old love it when I allow it for parent approved screen time. Are you on Adult Swim? I've made 4 like videos for Adult Swim. So if you typed in like Adult Swim Umami on YouTube, you'll find them. There's a Christmas one. They're all very kind of like wholesome. And the Adult Swim, sometimes they license my work, so it's just kind of cool. I don't really have to do any work extra. They just pay me money and put it on TV. I'm like, yeah, okay. Win-win. But I don't really do commission work anymore, so it's just, I don't really need to, and, you know, I'd rather just not do it. Joseph Watkins, of course. Thank you, man. Hey, Lori, what's going on? Thank you, Max, again. Yeah, so I mean, that's the thing. Like, I'm happy that my work is like okay for kids to watch, like 3 years and 1 year old. But sometimes there is a swear word. I don't give anybody like any warning either. Like if your kid watched the latest episode of Safe Mode, I guess you should probably just watch them but first yourself, you know, because there's a little bit of violence in that one. And but like most of the stuff, like 99% of it, well, it's maybe not 99, but like the 90% of it's like okay for kids. You know, some of the stuff they just wouldn't really understand what's going on. Okay, so I don't think I think these like lines over here are a bit distracting, so I might just go like this. Fernando, hey man, I appreciate the super chat. Thank you very much. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of animators on YouTube that have made like a short for Adult Swim. So it's not like I mean, it is like it's a cool thing, but it's not like it's like basically if you make some sort of audience on YouTube doing some surreal weird stuff that probably would look like it's on Adult Swim, you could probably easily get them to commission you to do like 1 or 2 things, you know, at least. And if people like it, they'll just keep hiring you. Like, they have this thing called Adult Swim Smalls, which are just animations, and they're all like minute long or 2 minutes. And I know a ton of creators on YouTube, and people who aren't on YouTube either, that have made Adult Swim Smalls videos because they're just constantly looking for unique, weird voices out there. They're like the only one doing that right now, so you know, good on them. Like no one else is commissioning weird animations other than Adult Swim. Fred, oh, I understand, Fred. I appreciate the comment, man. Very much. Thank you. Quote Cruiser. First time seeing you streaming. Recently encountered both safe mode and interface. Love from Sweden. Hey, appreciate that, man. Thank you. I was in Norway a couple of months ago. Well, in the fall. But not Sweden. I was right at the border, though. Right at the border. I tried to drive up. Wait, am I thinking of a different country? It's Sweden, right? That's right next to Norway? Yeah, I think so. Oh, I almost forgot the signature reflection in his nose. Specular highlight. Mark Yumuar, hello. At the very least, we got glog. What is glog? You know, you guys you're really warming my heart. And someone emailed me a long time ago, and they said, my dad, he like never watches TVs with me. He always, watches sports or whatever, and he never like watched a movie with him or whatever. But one day he had an interface on the television, and his dad actually sat down and watched the whole thing with him. That's just a weird story. I don't know, explain why. Also, another funny story is the voice actress for Interface that plays Henrik's daughter. I guess her family were fans of the show, and they didn't realize it was her voicing the character. Okay, I think I'm done with coloring here. So I was gonna add a whole bunch of weird design motifs to this on top, just to make it interesting, I guess. So I was thinking I was gonna render out a cityscape back here, but it's, I don't know, I think it looked too busy or something. So also, I just wanted to see what this looks like with different colors. I mean, I'm probably going to stick with the red. Kind of cool. Kind of looks cool like that, though. That looks kind of cool, too. That looks a little distracting. I kind of like that, actually. Always wanted to ask what type of bird picture on that old Psycho Life t-shirt of yours. Oh, it's a chicken. Pretty sure. It's like a regular chicken. I don't know, man. I don't know if it looks like one or not. I think I looked at a reference image, but I don't know if I drew it correctly. And yes, I am using OBS. I think I'm gonna stick with the red. Oh God, excuse me. Okay. Yeah, yeah, I might change it later. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll do both. I'll have it flashing or something crazy. Let's just try that, see what it does. It'll probably give you a seizure. Okay, let's merge these down. Oh, it's definitely going to give you a seizure over here because it's like solid red. But let's just see. Why is it doing that though? Okay. Oh, that's weird. Ah, it looks like crap. Looks like a really crappy. I hate that. This layer is just so I can draw on top of it a little bit better without having to look, so I can see what I'm doing. Hey Justin, I'm noticing, am I in time to notice issues with lighting on some flying roof pieces? Notice issues with lighting on some flying roof pieces. I don't know what you mean by the flying roof pieces, but you can just write it out. I don't know. Oh, do you mean like this shit? I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry, man. Do you make all animation in Photoshop? I use Photoshop and After Effects instead of a 4D, so. I'm a big fan of your work. I'm an animator myself, and I also make fine art, pictures, and music Your work has showed me that I can merge the different styles I used in different mediums into one style. Yeah, man, for sure. Yeah. I don't know. There's a lot of artists out there that feel like they have to be like, they can only do like the one thing, you know? And really, you can do all, like, I don't know why, like, you just use all your artistic abilities combined, right? And to make one thing. Like, why not? It's not very profound what I just said, but whatever. Okay, let's just move on to drawing little squares. Turn onion skinning on here. Ichio? I don't know if I pronounced that right, but thank you. Oh, that's a reference to an older stream of yours where you were animating one of the last episodes of Interface and noticed an issue. Oh, right, man. Yeah, I totally remember now. I remember that, dude. I forget what the issue was, but yeah. So I'm redrawing this box 3 times because it gives it a cool, like, animation when I play it back. See? And maybe I'll draw it 6 times. Oops. Orange Pop Otter, you're welcome, dude. I cannot speak Russian or Ukrainian, so I will only be able to answer if you translate it to English. Okay. There we go. Yeah, it looks better with 6. Except they're not perfect squares, so I have to do it offset. Hey, Laser Lord. Okay. So you guys, like, are you all on Christmas break now, or what's going on? Like, you guys still in school, or is it the 22nd of December? Oh, that must be like the last day. Eugene, I know I saw some people making some generative art, and it looks very cool. I know, I thought about it, and I would love to use it, actually, try like generative art for like a music video or something. I just never really had the time, I guess, to get into it. You know, and programming is not really something I want to get into. Oscar, I used to think that fine art had to be a certain way and animation had to be a different way. But your work shows me that they can both merge. Hey, I appreciate that, dude. I think the same can be said for many different mediums, you know? And in terms of like video games and stuff, I think, oh god, what's his name? The guy that makes Death Stranding? I feel like he's kind of doing that for the video game industry in a time where the video game industry is starting to feel a little bit over commercialized. You know, he doesn't have a problem doing it though. He sells out like crazy anyway. Well, not sells out in a bad way. I mean, sells out as in like at least like his game is selling, you know? Okay, that should have been done, but whatever. Government, so I have Friday, Sunday, Monday off. Yeah, I hope so too, Orange Pop Water. Hot ones indeed, yeah. I spent all day shoveling snow outside home. I was going to have a chocolate latte, then I saw straight. Yeah. Yeah. I don't have to do that anymore. It's not snowing out right now. Back when I was a kid growing up, his driveway had to be shoveled. I don't want a driveway of my own. Perfectly fine not having a driveway. Laser Lord, yeah, I have seen Cruelty Squad, yeah, I've never played the game though. Kojima, of course. Would be awesome to one day see you come up with it. That is generative art. My wife does it, fascinating stuff. There are enough approaches to making it useful without delving deep into programming. Okay, cool. I don't know, man. Like I might try it sometime. And I got into like trying out the AI stuff when that was happening. But nowadays I'm just like, what can I do that doesn't involve a computer? And if I can do that over anything else, then I will choose it. So for instance, when I was making the album art for this upcoming album, I decided to paint the cover. And I don't know if I showed you guys it already, but it's here. And it's a little bit of photo manipulation. So I took some Rorschachs I made with paint, and then I messed around with the colors, and then I did some layering and after Photoshop, and I got that. So I'm pretty happy how that turned out. It's looks very cool. And there's a couple of different designs. So that's what you see right here. Let's go play this back. I don't know if I like the blue that I added to that. It's just clashing. I think this thing up here needs to be monochromatic. Vivica Angel, yeah, I hear him that. There's overlaying, like taking photos and just kind of messing around with them in Photoshop. People don't really do it too much, I guess, anymore because they want. Because it's kind of honestly, it's easy to make stuff look cheesy when you do like Photoshop layering techniques, but it's I don't know, it works out, I guess. There's Christmas spirit in Oslo every year. Probably gonna go wander around in a bit. Hammy, for real? Yeah, man. Oslo's a cool city, dude. I had a fun time there. It was just a nice, well-designed, beautiful city, you know? Yeah. Taking the train down from the airport was like a breeze. Okay, why? What is this exactly? What is this? Oh, I see. Okay, I'm gonna draw a circle, but I'm gonna make a reference one too. Eugene, gotta go work for a bit as well. Cheers. Hey man, appreciate that. Thank you very much. I've been building a new boat on days I feel like having intercourse with shards of fiberglass. I think you're building the boat the wrong way, man. I think I should get a Umami wrap on it now, and should I do YouTube, Umami, or TikTok? Hawk Young. Oh my god. Okay, all right. That's. I don't know what's going on over there, man. Hey, what's up, Marvin? I don't know why, like, the ping, like, for the super chat is, like, delayed by, like, 3 minutes, but, shows up. Thank you, Eugene, by the way. Okay, I got an outline here. This is like harder than it looks. I'm just gonna just do this. Does that even work? What the hell is, how does this thing? Okay, it's not what I thought it was. I see. It's like a flower maker. There. It's kind of tricky to get it to look organic. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to releasing this new album. It's got cello, violin, violas, synthesizer. It's got a flute for a little bit. It's got a pedal steel guitar. It's got live drums. I spent a little bit of money getting it made, recorded nicely. The Graveyard Club, I mean, best thing would do is if you make something unique, like something for breweries or whatever, just send me like a picture of it and just be like, hey, by the way, I make this kind of stuff if you're ever interested, But I get so many offers for collaborations, like, it's just, I can't, I just can't, I turn down like all of them basically, because, I don't even know what I want to do on my own stuff sometimes, right? But, once in a while, I do get it, and I'll say yes to something. So it's not all 100% no, but my email is info@hexsystem.com if you want to like message me there. Okay, there. Now I play this, so I'll probably get rid of this guide now. Zinc Ave, or Zinc Ave, thank you for that, I appreciate that. Happy you enjoy it that much. Oh. Is it because this is... Alright, yeah. Yeah, Go Cruiser. I mean, I had drums that sounded pretty good that were using Easy Drummer too, but like, even if you spend forever, like I spent a while making it sound real, but I was like, I'm just gonna hire someone because like it just sounds more interesting when it's like a real playing person. You know, they do all these little tiny things to the drum, like all these little micro variations that really change, like they add up, you know. So Michael Mann came out with another movie called Ferrari with Adam Driver, which I don't know. I've never really thought of Adam Driver as being that good, I guess, but I don't. Maybe I haven't seen enough of his stuff. I'm sure he'd probably pull it off. I'll probably see that over the break. The first movie I've seen in theater in like years. Oh, I kind of messed this up. Went too fast. American by Dan Deacon is a really good example of what I like and recommend if you. Appreciate that, man. Dan Deacon, okay, I'll check him out when I'm not streaming. I gotta redraw these because they're moving too quickly. Adam Driver is a good actor and former Marine. I didn't know that about him. He needs more diverse casting roles. Yeah, probably. Thanks, Marvin. Darth. How did you get started with music? Well, you know, I think I was like really young. I was like 12 or 13 or 14. We had this computer class and they taught us how to use Acid, like the music software Acid. On one day, they taught us that, and it was like I was like, man, you can just like make music with a computer. And then I went home and I illegally downloaded it onto my computer because I was like fucking 13 or whatever. And I messed around with Acid for a bit. I made some tracks on there, electronic. I never like I didn't make the loops. They were just like loops, basically, that came with the software, and I just made songs out of that shit, basically. I didn't know what I was doing. And then I kind of stopped making music for a long time. And then after NASCAD art school, I got back into it again. And I would make music here and there, not that often, maybe like an EP every year or two. And it wouldn't really do well. Like I didn't. So honestly, when I started animating, my goal was to like use the music so that I could promote the music. Like if I was just releasing music today without doing the animations, I don't know if anyone would be listening to it. You know what I mean? But also, because I was like forcing myself to make these animations, I was also forcing myself to make more music, and I guess I just got better at it over time, you know, from force of doing things over and over again. I'm always learning though, you know, there's certain things, like I release an album and then like a year later or half a year later I listen to it, I'm like, I should have mixed that better or something, you know what I mean? Like there's problems with the mix, whatever, but I don't really go back and remaster things. I don't think it's really worth doing. I just work on something new. There we go. Cynic? No, I mean I play some of the drums. Like on Nuclear Summer, the drums are me. I'm playing the drums. But when you hear a violin, that's not me playing the violin. I have to hire people. I don't play the violin. If you hear the synthesizer though, that's me. Like this track is like all me basically, but like some of it's loops too, you know. I don't really use loops anymore, but my older albums have loops in them. Yeah, for sure. All my new stuff though is like just 100% composed. It's not, I don't really use loops. No, I don't do everything in Photoshop, but all the bass drawings are done in Photoshop, yeah. Right on, man. Okay, let's see here. Let's see how this... Oh, that's kind of choppy. Oh, I know why, because it needs to be more than 6 frames long. This track that you're listening to right now actually is something I made for Carolina's thesis film. She needed some music that took place in this club or something, a party. Now why? What's going on here? Did I rotate it too many times? Yeah, I think I did. There we go. Goat Cruiser. I mean, yeah, the drum lessons are kind of expensive, you know. They're not really that expensive. I mean, as an adult, they're not expensive, but like, you know, it depends on the budget of the family, really. Is there anywhere to download high-resolution versions of your artwork? I grab stuff off your albums and upscale it for wallpaper. Not really. I don't really put like the full. I sometimes post things just like right on Twitter, which is like the full res. But I don't like. There's. Hey, Carolina, can you get that? Oh shit. As the mailman showed up. Yeah, I don't really have an organized place for that. Maybe I should like figure that out. I mean, on Patreon, I have some of my artwork up there, but it's not really all of it. You know what I mean? If you do upscale it though, just turn nearest neighbor on. Is there a brush with particular settings that you use for these illustrations? It's just a circle brush. It's just a circle pencil brush. That's all it is. But that's all. You know, and I mess around with the settings in here. Meek, thank you. Hammy, for real, there's been a few times I storyboarded stuff. And by that I mean I hired someone to do a storyboard for me because I'm too lazy. But I don't usually storyboard things when it's just me working on it because I just kind of know what I've got in my head, so I don't really need to just plan it out, you know what I mean? So I might have this. Yeah, probably I'll have it over here, actually. Presents are here. Oh, it's actually the opposite. It's just the mailman shows up so they can pick up the merch that I send out. I no longer go to the post office because it's just a waste of time standing in line and stuff. The postman comes here usually twice a week. I don't consider myself a fatherly figure. Well, I mean, I'm not a father, so. Which characters would you say that you identify with most? Definitely Mischief. Yeah, I was talking about this earlier. I mean, every character I identify with just a little bit. But, like Chimney Alfonso, you know, he eats so much fish. I love fish, like sardines and stuff. Co's movie, hello. So is this for safe? No, this is for a new. This is just basically like a promo thing I'm doing for an album that I'm working on. So I'm working on safe mode right now too, but like I'm also working on a music album. So I got a lot of things going on at the same time, and it's just I don't upload to my channel so it doesn't look like I'm like. It looks like I'm not doing anything, you know what I mean? But it's all stuff that's happening in the background. I've been working like every day. Yeah, that's it. I think that looks pretty cool. I might do a few more. Let's do a few different types. How do you find the time to run Stereochroma in your channel? I love the branding for Stereochroma. Well, we don't really make videos for Stereochroma anymore, so it's not really that tricky, you know? Stereochroma is basically just the company that we're registered as, Quebec here. But, and we still have a few clients. Well, we have like one basically. And we find the time, like next month we're gonna go film something real quick. Not real quick, it's gonna take us about a week to edit, but you know. I think that's distracting to have it happen that frequently. But having that little square pop, that little thing flicker over there is kind of cool. Aside from studio headphones, do you have any audiophile stuff? Well, I'm using a Motu M4, which is a nice audio interface, and sometimes I mix all my music on these JBL speakers, which are a pretty decent brand. But I'm not like audiophile. Like I don't have like gold-plated, you know, isolated cables and all that sort of thing. I mean, I guess I actually do. For the tape machine over there, because if I'm just running like cables that aren't grounded or whatever, you pick up like a buzzing noise, which is unusable. Did you animate the overlay above your head? Yes, I did. And So that was done with a little bit of Cinema 4D and hand-drawn stuff as well, and After Effects. So, you know, those like 3D characters, those little sharks are like 3D, and the movement of the head is actually like a 3D model that I rendered, but then brought in After Effects and did a whole bunch of stuff to it to make it look kind of cool. Umami, you should watch Canned Fish when you get free time. It's pretty amusing. Okay, I will. It's what if the postman watches your stuff? He knows how everything hinges on him. Yeah, I don't have to worry about that, I don't think. Used to call those cigarette burns, the little dots for putting reels together. Yeah. Sometimes when I was a kid and I'd like get bored of a movie, I'd just stare up in the top right of the corner for when those little circles appear. I didn't know what they were for, obviously, back then, but it's like, oh, here comes the circle. That's usually when the movie wasn't very good. Yeah, of course, man. Go Cruiser. Yeah, there's a lot of like stuff that's a little overkill, in my opinion. You know, but once you get like a good pair of quality headphones and like an audio interface that's not picking up any other background noise, and you know, you can actually hear the difference that it makes. You know, and a lot of people that listen to music, they don't listen to it on expensive headphones, and they just, you know, earbuds or whatever, which have gotten better over the years, you know, but I feel like sometimes they're not really experiencing the song as it was meant to be played, because sometimes even just playing things through the speakers, you know, even if you have good monitors, you don't really pick up on a lot of the small details and stuff. I use Sennheiser's Momentum for True Wireless, and they're crisp. Unfortunately, their build quality is ass. Yeah, I don't know. I got a pair of Audio-Technica wireless Bluetooth ones, and I think the quality is reasonable. They're pretty light, and they didn't really cost that much money either. So like if they die or whatever, it's fine. They just work great. Any favorite childhood movies? I used to watch Pee-wee's Big Adventure a lot as a kid. I had that on VHS. And I don't know, man. It's not like it was my favorite movie of all time. It's just, well, no, you remember watching it a lot. Also, Rumble in the Bronx, like with Jackie Chan, that was a good one. I used to watch that one a lot. There's no secret religion, obviously. You know, like I think Edwin's he nailed it there. You know, most artists are just trying to. I think the ultimate question is like, what is the meaning of our existence and stuff, and we're just all sort of getting there and through different pathways by making artwork, and it doesn't necessarily answer any of those questions, but it's all heading in towards the same direction. And it's the same thing with religion, because you're trying to answer the same questions. You know, like philosophers and artists and religious people all have the same questions. It's just they have different answers and different methods for getting those answers, you know. That's what it is. So that's why when you see this artwork, you might think, oh, there's some sort of cultish or religious or spiritual. Well, there is a spiritual side to art, you know, but I wouldn't necessarily call it religious. Dude, I can't. You know, it's also I can't. I love it when people recommend videos to me too, but you should never like hold up your phone to someone and make them watch a video in real time. It's always awkward, especially if there's like an ad on YouTube and you're like trying to show them a funny video and you have to like watch the ad first, and then so the momentum's already killed, and then you know maybe they're not 100% on the same spectrum of humor. And so they just kind of like stare and give you like the polite, yeah, that's cool, man. It's like you just never do that. What you do is you say, I got this funny video, I'll send it to you later, and you just send it to them and they watch it on their own time. And if they like it, they'll like it. They'll tell you. Same thing with music. I mean, I don't ever really like, hey, check this out, and then start playing it immediately for them to listen to. I'd be like, hey, I got like some music I like. I can give you some recommendations. You can check it out on your own time, you know? What games are you playing at the moment? I pretty much stopped playing video games. I bought the RoboCop game, and it was kind of fun for a little bit, but I feel like it was made for like 13. Like it doesn't seem like it's very hard. I feel like I'm going through the motions, and I guess turning on the difficulty, making it up, whatever it is. The combat isn't really that great. It's okay. I play Hunt Showdown like once every 3 weeks now. Like I used to do it like every other day, but I stopped. I was like addicted, you know? I don't really play video games anymore, so a part of my life is closing. Well, I might play Grand Theft Auto 6 though when that comes out. If, you know, but I don't. Actually, I probably won't because it's coming out on PS5 and I don't have one, so. Probably just watch videos of it. I want to see how detailed the worlds are. That'd be interesting to see. Anyways, everyone, I think I'm done for today. I think I'm running out of energy, and I got my drawing colored in nicely, so that's it. Thank you for hanging out with me, guys, and thank you for everyone who did a super chat. I'm just going to be working on stuff again all throughout the winter, and I don't know when I'll stream again, but maybe when I have less of a cold. Alright, everyone, take care now, and have a good Christmas, and happy holidays, and everything else. See ya.